I walked in on Kane and Rose kissing on my bed.
Kane, we agreed! Our wedding is next month!
I asked him with tears, but Kane said it was just a young reckless joke. Rose slipped off her dress on purpose, pressed herself against Kane, and kissed him. I wiped my tears, turned away, and dialed the number of the man who had been waiting for me.
I accept your proposal. Next week, we will get married.
At our engagement party, my boyfriend of 8 years announced the engagement was off. Instead, he'd hold a celebration for his secretary, Rose. And after the celebration, I walked in on Kane and Rose kissing on my bed.
Kane, we agreed! Our wedding is next month!
I asked him with tears, but Kane said it was just a young reckless joke. Rose slipped off her dress on purpose, pressed herself against Kane, and kissed him. I wiped my tears, turned away, and dialed the number of the man who had been waiting for me.
I accept your proposal. Next week, we will get married.
Over the past year, I'd received countless intimate photos of Kane and Rose. Every time I argued, he only said it was just they were normal colleague, that someone had photoshopped the pictures to stir up trouble.
We were just ordinary colleagues. Someone photoshopped those pictures to stir up trouble. You're jealous of a secretary?
Now he doesn't even bother pretending. One month ago, my father told me something that changed everything. I picked up the phone.
Jessa, I got news. The head of the Sterling family is looking for a wife. You have to take this chance for the Carter family.
Father, I can't. You know I'm already with Kane.
Don't mention that guy. It has been 8 whole years. He still hasn't married you. We really need this opportunity. Just go meet him once. If it doesn't work out, we will drop it.
The call ended. At Oliver Sterling's private club, the document in my hands began with the words,
Marriage contract. The marriage lasts for 1 year. We act like a loving couple in public and go to family parties and business events. During the contract, the Sterling family will help the Carter family with business. After 1 year, the marriage ends, and I get $100 million.
I looked at the man in front of me, Oliver Sterling, who could control the whole business world all by himself.
Did you read all the terms?
Why did you choose me?
My grandfather is very sick. His biggest wish is to see me get married. This marriage is just a deal. I need someone who won't catch real feelings in this relationship. You're the only one who isn't interested in me personally.
Did you know I'm dating Kane?
I knew.
Then why did you still—
I know Kane. Jessa, he's not a man you can build a future with.
He didn't mean any harm. He was just telling the truth. It turned out everyone else saw it clearly. I was the only fool, still waiting for him to propose.
I need to think about it.
Take your time.
He stood up, buttoned his suit jacket.
You have 1 month.
I stood in the living room with an old photo in my hand. In it, we were under a cherry blossom tree. Kane was carrying me on his back. The door handle turned. Kane walked in.
A college photo? Why dig it out? You miss the old days?
He hugged me and leaned his head on my shoulder.
Did you drop her off?
Yeah. She lives in a remote area, and it really was hard to get a cab.
I put down the photo and turned around. There was a bright lipstick stain on his cuff. It hurt my eyes.
What is this?
Rose must have rubbed against it by accident. It was nothing. I'll wash it off. It's getting late. Let's go to bed.
Another lazy excuse, and another time telling me it was nothing. Kane, I think we're done.
Are you still throwing a fit over the bouquet? All right. I will order a huge bouquet for you tomorrow. Happy now? Go sleep. I have a meeting tomorrow morning.
After saying that, he turned and walked toward the bathroom.
I'm getting married next week.
Kane's hand on the bathroom doorknob stopped. He turned around and rubbed his forehead.
Jessa, don't be so childish. Marriage is a big thing. You can't just decide it because you're mad.
The date is set for October 28th. The venue and the dress are already sorted out.
Was it Mia again? Just because she rushed into marriage doesn't mean everyone else should be as reckless as her. Jessa, wake up. We have been together for so long.
The wedding invitations will start printing tomorrow.
You think you can force me into this? It only makes me think you are super childish. I just took over the family business. Getting married will only distract me. Can't you think about me for once?
His time was always precious. He had to give it to important work projects, and also to his helpful secretary, Rose, late-night texts, birthday surprises, short trips together on business. The time left for me was almost none.
I can't wait anymore. All my friends are married, and I want a home of my own too.
Fine, I want to see how you are going to have this wedding without me.
With those words, he grabbed his clothes and slammed the door as he left. Kane started to sleep in his office. I put our shared apartment up on a real estate website. While packing up, I found a document he left behind. After thinking twice, I decided to drop it off to him myself. Just as I raised my hand to knock,
Kane, it's all my fault. Now rumors are flying around the office. Everyone is talking about us. You have to help me clear things up. It's too embarrassing.
Oh, do you really want Kane to stop the rumors? Or do you just want to hear him say sweet things to you?
Don't worry about it. After a while, people will forget this.
would they? I remembered the past. He once put his arm around my shoulder at work. After a coworker saw us, he instantly pulled his arm away and put some distance between us, afraid that even the smallest gesture would spark rumors. He sent an internal email that very day to clear it up. He intentionally kept his distance from me, terrified of any rumors. It turned out he never minded office romances. He just minded that the woman involved was me.
By the way, how are things going with Jessa? I heard she even sent out the wedding invitations.
Let her mess around. I always give in to her. So this time she needs to learn that throwing face won't fix anything.
Looks like you, the groom, are planning to skip this wedding?
I'd say Kane has been good enough to her. What can Jessa do? Throwing tantrums? She's nothing like Rose, who always helps out when it matters.
Stop joking around.
I placed the document gently at the door, pushed it under the crack with my toe, then turned around and left. October 28th, the wedding day. One of Kane's friends forwarded a screenshot. It was an Instagram post Mia just put up.
Oh my god. The venue is all set up for real.
Kane, you're really not going? We are all ready. Just say the word and we will go with you right now. What's the rush? Let her wait a bit longer.
Friend A leaned over and whispered something to friend B. The two exchanged a glance, then quietly got up and left.
Kane, be a man and stop fighting. Don't end up losing her forever.
Kane stared at the photo. He turned to look at the walk-in closet.
All right, I'll go change.
He got up and walked toward the closet, his steps much faster than usual. Just as he grabbed his jacket,
Kane,
Why is your and Jessa's apartment listed for sale? What? The apartment? For sale?
The place is already sold online. Why didn't you guys say you were moving? Where do we find the bride now?
Send me the link.
he called me like crazy. Once, twice, dozens of times, but no one answered. Friend C sent over a detailed address.
This is the wedding location Mia posted earlier. Go check it out.
Kane's eyes tightened. He grabbed his car keys and rushed out of the room. The wedding venue.
Sir, please show your invitation.
I'm the groom.
The smile on the staff member's face froze. Then they looked down to check the guest list.
Are you Mr. Sterling?
Who else would I be?
I am so sorry, Mr. Sterling. The bride has not arrived yet. You can wait in the lounge.
Kane thought to himself.
She said she didn't want to marry me. Now she has to drop all the act. This place belongs to the Sterling family. Whatever. We are getting married today, so I won't argue with her.
Kane, congratulations. 8 years of dating and it finally came true.
Where's the bride? Why haven't we seen her?
Suddenly, there was a commotion at the entrance. Beautiful music started playing, and flower petals were floating down everywhere.
I can't believe those are real roses.
Now please welcome the most beautiful bride today, Jessa!
At the end of the red carpet, I showed up wearing a wedding dress. My face under the veil looked calm and gentle, with a soft smile on my lips. Kane's heart skipped a beat, and his lips curled up without him knowing. He was about to step forward. Right then, Oliver walked past him in big steps. He offered his hand to me.
Let's give a warm welcome to the happiest couple today. The bride, Miss Jessa Carter, and the groom, Mr. Oliver Sterling.
I placed my hand into Oliver's. Kane froze right where he stood, and the whispers around him crashed over him like a wave.
What is going on? She's not marrying Kane?
So the marriage between the Carter family and the Sterling family is actually between Jessa and Oliver.
Kane was filled with fury. He pushed his way through the crowd.
Jessa? What are you doing? You should be marrying me!
Oliver took a step forward, blocking him, his vibe cold and powerful.
Kane, what's your problem with my wife?
Kane's eyes went red. He stared at the man in front of him, in total shock.
Uncle Oliver?